Regardless of the different regional variations, one of the most famous foods in Southeast Asia is laksa. Today on Mako's Makan Adventure, we're in Portsmouth on the south coast of the UK and we're trying Penang Curry Laksa, or also known as Penang Curry Mee. And welcome back to Mako's Makan Adventure. We're in Portsmouth today on the south coast of England, and I found somewhere that sells Malaysian and Singaporean food. So we're at Park 27 Cafe on Charlotte Street in Portsmouth city centre. They have a range of Malaysian, Singaporean foods. So we're going to give it a go and we're going to see what it's all about. So what we have today is, we've got laksa, and speaking to them about the laksa they've got, it's a Penang Curry Laksa. So you've got those flavours that you would maybe expect from the Penang food, but then it's almost that crossover with the curry element of it as well that you would see in the Yongtau food and the Singapore Laksa. So you've got the coconut milk, you've got the noodles, and you've got the prawns that go into it as well. There is going to be a fish here in there. So we can see, first off, we've got a big bowl of it here, and it's a generous portion. I'm not sure how I'm going to do, and there's also two different kinds of noodles. So I can just see, looking from the top, there are yellow noodles and bihun as well. Well, we can talk about it all night, but let's dig in. So first off, I've grabbed the chopsticks, but let's go with the broth first, because it's the broth that really makes it. So let's dig in and get some of the broth. So straight away I can see we've got those lovely bits of red oil that are floating to the top, and you can see the silkiness that from a coconut milk base. Wow, it's lovely. So yeah, you've got, as I said, that silkiness, that coconut gets you, but you've got those curry spices as well coming through. Absolutely gorgeous, and there's a fishiness there as well. Yeah, there's definitely a fishiness as you come through as well, and you know that's what you expect when you have a laksa. But I'm just looking here. There's so much in this bowl. I mean, wow. I've got prawns. I've got fish cake. I've got egg. I've got tofu, and not. What we haven't had in our previous kinds of laksa that we've eaten in the past, we've got some chicken as well. And it's very soft. It's got a nice bit of fat on it as well. Oh, the chicken's good, skin on as well, so really moist and tender. But I'm gonna go for this. So we've got double noodle. We've got half. Well, actually, it looks more like 2/3 bihun, and maybe the rest of it is yellow noodle. But I want more. I want more of that. And having that two different kinds of noodle together is delicious. What it does, it gives you that difference in texture. So it's almost layers of texture, if you will. But yeah, differences in texture which make it interesting. And the tofu is gorgeous. The tofu has absorbed all of those curry flavours. Those curry flavours are really coming through. And so is the spice. But wow, that's good, that's good. Now, let's dig in, let's rummage around, see what else we're gonna get. A little bit of fish cake. They're little slivers of fish cake. But fish cake is fish cake. You know what you're getting. But it's the oil is just liberally coating everything in here. And so that fish cake just goes up another level. Whether that's just the spice, just the flavour, or the spice as well. I'm going back for some of that broth. It was really nice. Wow, yeah, it's good. And it's got a kick. And having a look through, we've got our boiled egg on top as well. Look at that, half a boiled egg on there as well. You know, that's what you expect. You know, as we've always said, in Asia, what do you do if you need that extra bit of protein? Stick an egg on top as well. But it's got a generous amount of other protein here as well. As you can see, there's fish. There's chicken. There's prawn. Actually, we'll have a bit of prawn. Delicious. And there's an egg in there for good measure as well. Eggs and egg. But with a little bit of laksa broth as well. Good. How I would say this is, compared to say the other videos where we had mini wok laksa or we had yong tau foo, the curry yong tau foo, this has got a real fish in it. This is more of a fishy, slightly sour even, but it's got more of that fishy hit going on to it. And I'm in love with these noodles. These, chopstick malfunction. These noodles, having the mixture of flavours, mixture of different types, I'm loving that. That is brilliant. And also, you know what, having bihun, I haven't had bihun since I left Singapore. I think I'm missing it. So it's nice to have bihun as well. I normally have the yellow noodle with my yong tau foo or with my laksa, so it's nice to have bihun. Just like my friend Francis often does as well, where he sometimes has rice. But it is delicious. That was good. So that was Penang Curry Laksa from Park 27 Cafe on Charlotte Street in Portsmouth. So it's just on the back streets, just off the city centre. And we had, as I said, Penang Curry Laksa. So what do we think? Well, first off, that's a big bowl. That's pretty big, that, isn't it? You know, and it was filled with stuff. We had prawns, we had fish cake, we had 2 different kinds of noodle, and there was also chicken. Now, if you look closely at the chicken that was in there, there was a little bit of skin on it, and I said it felt a little bit fatty maybe, or just really succulent. Well, the fattiness was coming from the skin. The succulence was coming from the fact that it was cooked perfectly beforehand. It was actually cuts of the Hainanese chicken rice that they also offer here. So that was just a real nice touch. And you know, I asked for laksa. I get a little bit of Hainanese chicken as well. So, you know, that's brilliant. But overall, it is slightly different from the Singapore laksa. So as we said, it's not got that dry shrimp that goes into the paste. It's got the other stuff as well. You know, there's a little bit more sourness, but it had a real big chili heat. I mean, big bowl. Don't know if I could have finished it. That chili was getting to me. But you know what? It's a taste of Southeast Asia. It took me back there. You know, the flavours of Malaysia and Singapore, the coconut milk, the chili that's in there, the fishiness in the broth as well, the bihun and the yellow noodle. They were brilliant together. The mixture of the two, mainly bihun and a little bit of yellow noodle as well. It took me back to Southeast Asia. It was lovely. So we've got that goes back. Auntie even gave me a copy as well. So, you know, I know it is the evening. I've come here for dinner. I may not sleep tonight, but it was nice. But they offer other Singapore dishes as well. So there's chicken rice, there's mee goreng, there's nasi goreng. There's other Malaysian Singapore dishes as well, and they've got a specials board. They've got nasi lemak, they've got roast chicken rice as well, sometimes roast pork, they've got salted egg yolk prawns, and unfortunately not today, but on special occasions, they also have Teochew bak kut teh. Because the aunties who run this place, one of them's from Penang, the other one's from Johor Bahru, of Teochew origin, so they have that Teochew influence in the bak kut teh. I wouldn't mind seeing if they do some porridge or something, a bit of that Teochew porridge. But it was beautiful. Now, it was £12.80, so that is going to be roughly 20 Singapore dollars. So more than what I would have paid for, say, you know, in Marsiling or Canberra or Clementi or somewhere. But it's not part of the culture here. I'm really searching for Singaporean dishes, and so to come here to have this, it's a taste of Southeast Asia, and it's really nice. And you know it's good. It's made with love when the aunties are also eating this as well. So I was eating mine. They came out and had theirs towards the end of it as well. They actually had, one of them had the laksa, another one had char kway teow. So it was really good. For other content on the channel, click here or click here. Thanks a lot.